I'm sort of sympathetic to your colleagues' views on masking, et cetera. Why? Because I think that we did get it with the progressive side. We got a lot of these issues wrong. I fear we were on the wrong side of school closure. We're on the wrong side of vaccine mandates to go to school. We're still on the wrong side of masking 2-year-olds. We're against the World Health Organization there. And we're on the wrong side of like aggressively pushing a perpetual booster campaign, which is really the end game of Pfizer and Moderna and their stockholders without holding them to task. And so there, I totally agree with your co-host. Yeah.
Yeah, my ambivalence about the school closure bit is this. In the beginning, before we had vaccines, I do think it made sense. Like a lot of things made sense back then because people were dying, not just being hospitalized in large numbers, but dying in large numbers. And although kids were not affected significantly, they were vectors. And it frustrates me sometimes that the dialogue around school closures was always, well, kids aren't hurt. Well, kids don't live in a vacuum. And anybody who's been a parent or a teacher knows how frequently kids make you sick. So the argument back then was, are you going to kill grandma? Like, what if a lot of people live with older parents or older caretakers, grandparents, et cetera? Especially lower income people where the larger families tend to be under one roof and people from various ethnic groups where that's more common.
Let
Is
me
that
push.
really,
Let
yeah,
me
go
push
ahead.
on that a little bit. No, I totally agree with the premise of your argument, which is that if school closures protect parents and grandparents and other community workers, that's a legitimate consideration to be taken into schools. And then the other thing I'll totally agree with you is that in March 15th, 2020, there was incredible uncertainty around the virus, and people who said we should close schools for 2 to 6 weeks, I think were totally justified. We just didn't know what was going to come. We had
Right.
seen Bergamo had just fallen. We had seen Tehran be eclipsed with cases, etc. So I think I don't fault that. But in 6 weeks after that closure in Switzerland, they reopened. In Norway, they reopened. In Sweden, they never closed at all. Finland reopened very quickly. By the summer of 2020, I think that's the moment where I start to disagree a little bit.